Most legal teams start using AI in one of two ways. They ask it legal research questions or they have it draft a document. And that makes sense. It's exactly what you try first when you open ChatGPT. But after years of building AI for dozens of legal teams, I can tell you, both are the wrong place to start. Research is where AI is most likely to confidentially make things up. And drafting, as you'll see by the end of this video, turns out to be the smallest win of them all. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 4 ways legal teams are actually getting value from AI right now and where the real-time savings are. Let's get started. In the conversations I have with legal teams, one use case comes up before all others: contract review. So what you'd be doing manually is reading a contract, checking every clause against what your company will and won't accept, and flagging anything that's not right. It's the perfect first job for AI because it's the kind of high volume, repetitive reading I mentioned at the start. And every company has far more of it than their team can keep up with. So AI reads the whole contract in minutes and flags every clause that doesn't meet your standards. A lawyer can then skip reading all 40 pages line by line and go straight to the 5 or 6 things that actually need a human decision. Let me give you a real example. A few weeks ago, a legal counsel at industrial engineering company we work with ran one of his own MSAs through the system, checked against a playbook built on his company's standards. The verdict came back high risk. Only 6 of 45 checks passed. But here's the part that stuck with me. The biggest finding wasn't a bad clause in the contract. It was a clause that wasn't there at all. The contract had no exclusion of indirect and consequential losses. And that's exactly what manual review is worst at. When you read 40 pages, you check what's on the page. You don't see what's missing because there's nothing there to catch your eye. Now, the problem with many AI contract review tools is that you can't actually check their work. You paste in a contract, you get an answer back, and you just have to trust the answer is right. But in legal, you can't defend the decision to your management, your business, or a regulator just because the AI said it. An answer you can't verify has very little value. What you actually want is AI that can show its work, where you can see the exact reasoning behind every clause it flags. The best setup gives each clause an alignment score from 0 to 1 for how accurately the AI applied your rule, so you can see exactly how much to trust each answer. That way, a lawyer only has to double check the answers the AI isn't sure about and doesn't have to reread the whole contract. A quick note here: if you want an AI contract review that shows you the reasoning behind every clause like this, click the first link in the description to book a demo with Legartis. It's a contract review platform we built specifically for enterprise legal teams, and it checks every contract against your standards, flags the risky clauses, and gives you an alignment score on each one. Now back to the use cases. The second use case is the same kind of review, but at a much bigger scale. I'm talking about due diligence. That's the review every buyer or investor does before a deal closes, so they know exactly what they're getting themselves into. When a company is being bought, sold, or raising money, one side has to go through every contract the other side has ever signed, and there can be hundreds or even thousands of them. The hard part is that these deals run on a deadline, and a small team almost never has enough time to read every contract properly before it closes. So a bad clause gets overlooked, and it can cost the buyer serious money once the deal is already done, when it's already too late to do anything about it. The speed of AI is the most important thing here, because it can go through the entire set of contracts at once. It reads every contract in the deal, flags unusual terms, those that automatically renew, and anything else that could become a problem after the deal closes, all in a fraction of the time a team would actually need. Now, what a human still has to do is making the judgment calls on whatever the AI flags. The AI handles the bulk of the reading and pulls out the most obvious issues, and then a lawyer decides how serious each one is and what to do about it. So those first two use cases are both about reviewing a contract one time. Compliance monitoring is different because it's about keeping track of what contract for as long as it's active. Every contract has date and duties written into it, such as renewal deadlines, price review windows, reporting requirements, and rules you must follow to stay compliant. Across hundreds or even thousands of active contracts, no team can remember everything, so things get missed. The most common one is a missed termination deadline. Many contracts, especially vendor contracts, renew automatically unless you cancel within a specific window. So if you miss that window by even a day, you're locked into another full year with a vendor you're trying to part ways with. And I see the reason for this every single week. When I ask legal and procurement teams how they track these deadlines today, the answer is almost always the same: an Excel sheet that someone maintains by hand. One procurement lead at a large tech company recently told me they had even gone a step further and built a dedicated database with their IT department. It pulled together contract data from every country they operate in, but it couldn't send a single notification. Nobody gets warned when a deadline is approaching. Someone still has to remember to go and look. AI changes this by keeping track of your whole set of contracts for you, so nothing depends on one person remembering. When it's built to monitor your contracts correctly, it goes through every active one, pulls out the key dates and due dates, and keeps tracks of what's coming up so the whole team can see it. This way, you know about a deadline while you still have the time to act on it, way before it actually becomes a problem. The last use case is the one a lot of people actually try first: using AI to draft contracts. That means asking AI to write a first draft of an NDA, turning a signed term sheet into a full agreement, or generating a standard clause you need. For that kind of routine, standard document, it saves you a lot of time. But when a contract is unusual or a lot of money is involved, you still want a lawyer writing it. A first draft of a standard agreement is one thing, but a custom clause in a big deal where the exact wording decides who's responsible if something goes wrong is something you wouldn't let AI handle. Now, remember what I said at the start. Drafting is one of the first things most teams try. It's actually the smallest win of the 4 use cases we talked about today. A first draft still has to be reviewed and negotiated before anyone signs it. So all AI is really doing there is saving you a bit of writing time. But reviewing everything that comes back, going through every contract and every clause the other side sends, is the part that takes up most of the legal team's day. So that's why review is the best place to start, and it's what I tell any legal team to focus on first. It's where AI saves you the most time because it takes on the most tedious, highest volume work. And you might have noticed that legal research, the other classic starting point, didn't make the list at all. That's deliberate. For an in-house team, the volume of your day isn't in research questions, it's in contracts. And research is exactly where AI is most likely to hand you a confident answer that turns out to be invented, which is the last thing you want to put in front of anyone. Now, if there's one thing that matters across all 4 of these use cases, it's being able to trust what AI actually gives you. So if your team is doing a lot of contract review, due diligence, or compliance work, you want an AI that gives you answers you can confidentially put in front of your management, your auditors, or a regulator. Click the first link in the description to book a demo with Legartis. In the demo, we'll walk you through how it handles all 4 things I covered in this video and show you exactly what onboarding your team would look like. And since it's built specifically for legal, your contracts stay completely private and are never used to train anyone else's AI. So again, you can book that demo by clicking the first link below the video. And if your legal team is currently using ChatGPT, watch this video next.